We begin with breaking news this hour. A plane crashes onto a highway in Victoria, hitting 3 vehicles and splitting in half. This happened around 3 this afternoon at the intersection of Lenz Parkway and Mockingbird Lane. And you're looking at video right now that was sent to us from Tony Poynor. The FAA says only the pilot was on board the plane. No word yet on any injuries or casualties. We'll bring you any updates as soon as they do become available. Well, we are learning more about the flight path of that plane before it actually crashed.
Anthony Antoine is live in the newsroom with what we know at this point. Anthony.
All right, Caroline and Rashi, the first thing we did, we took the tail number of the aircraft and put it into FlightAware to get a better understanding of the flight path. So this is from FlightAware. We're going to put this into motion for us here. Again, this is Houston, this is Austin, this is San Antonio. This flight leaves from Victoria. So let's speed this up here for 1 second. All right, so 9:52, the aircraft leaves. It heads towards San Antonio. And then you see this pattern here develop. Now, for the most part, in the green right here on this graph, that is signifying the altitude of this aircraft. It stays at around 16,000 feet here for quite some time, about 4.5 hours into the flight. And then in the yellow, that is the speed. Now, as this pattern develops here, that correlates with the speed. It goes from about 250 miles per hour down to 175, up and down, and that basically correlates with the back and forth. Let's pause it for a second here. But about 4.5 hours into this flight, right here, that is when the altitude of this aircraft drops dramatically. As you can see it here, it tries to make its way, it seems like back to the airport, but then crashes at 2:57. So we had some questions like, who is behind this aircraft here? What do we know about it so far? So we got some more information. We did some more digging, and here's what we came up with. This aircraft is a 8-seat, 2-engine fixed-wing multi-engine plane. Again, only the pilot was on board. That's what we learned here today, but it's out of Mark Industries in Bolton, Mississippi. So again, we did some more digging, had some more questions here. Bolton, Mississippi. Here's what we found out. This is North America's largest provider of specialized contract aircraft and flight crews for airborne GIS survey and surveillance projects. So again, airborne GIS surveys and surveillance projects. So that gives us a better idea potentially of the pattern that was developing here with this aircraft. But again, still lots of more information to come out, but that is what we know so far in regards to the flight plan.